Hello and thank you for clicking on the video, and this video is all about no sleep equals no gains, the truth about exercise recovery. Now, our bodies are designed for us to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time every single day. Most steroid bodybuilders suffer with sleep apnea because they're obese. They may be 18, 20 stone, they're 5'11", so really they're more than obese. They're morbidly obese with muscle. And all this pressure on the organs, the heart, the ligaments, joints and tendons affects the way that they sleep at night. So I feel for you if you've got sleep apnea, because there must be nothing worse than having to wear a gimp mask on your face when you're sleeping at night. That should wake you up and get you to see a professional to help you overcome your sleep apnea and get your weight down. Because really, in bodybuilding, nobody cares how big your arms are or how big your legs are, and women really don't care unless they're a steroid person themselves. So we've got circadian rhythms, we need to be in bed at the same time, and the more that you do this, the better you'll sleep at night. Making sure your bedroom hygiene is really good. So bedroom hygiene, making sure the bedroom is clean of clutter and clean. A good blackout blind or blackout curtains to black out any street lights outside. Making sure the room is very cool really helps. A lot of people sleep better in the winter than what they do in the summer, because in England the heat's 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's hot, you know, in the summer, or very humid, so it affects people's sleep. Some people can eat about 2 hours before they go to bed and sleep fine. Other people, if they eat any sugar, they'll toss and turn all night, they can't sleep at all. That's me. If I have an apple or a bit of, you know, say if I go out for a meal and I have a bit of cheesecake, I know that it will take a bit of time for me to drop off to sleep. But you've got to live your life, right? So the more that you go to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock, 10:30 to 11 p.m. every night of the week, even at weekends, and wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning, the more that you'll feel refreshed and the more you'll feel awake as the days go on of you practicing this technique. Now, there is supplements that you can take. Oh, another top tip is that you can have hot baths, hot showers. All these make your body temperature go up. Then when you go into semi-sleep, your body temperature goes down, so you go asleep much, much better. I always have a hot bath with some lavender oil and some magnesium in the bath, because the magnesium heals the muscle if I've been working out, and the lavender helps you to fall asleep and relax even more. Another good thing to do before you go to bed at night is make sure you've done your washing up, make sure you've sorted out everything so nothing is on your mind. In the daytime, if you're stressed out about stuff, about mid-afternoon, write it down on a bit of paper, and you'll find that if you write it down on a bit of paper, you won't be worrying your mind over before you go to sleep at night. Now, I normally wear blue light blockers on my eyes late in the evening, because it really does work and helps you to sleep even better, because all that blue light from phones, you know, your computer, your telly and all that, you'll be surprised how much time you're spending on it, more and more than ever before, and how that can be the key to what's stopping you from sleeping at night. Don't use alcohol to try and get yourself to sleep, because it just stresses the body out. And the same scientifically, they found with sleeping tablets, you only get an extra 5 minutes, but you gain 10 pounds of body fat and lots of side effects from it, like your bowels not working, or you may come up with certain spots and stuff. So don't take any sleeping tablet, but melatonin 5 to 10 grams is excellent for sleep, but you can't take it all the time. Your body, with supplementation, if you take the same fish oil from the same company for a year, your body will stop utilising it. Same with your food. If you eat the same food all the time, say you had Kellogg's cornflakes every morning, your body builds up an allergic reaction to that because the body is designed to graze. And say if you was a nomadic caveman or cavewoman, you would be walking from pasture to pasture. So one minute you might be in Wales eating sheep, and then you might be in Scotland eating haggis, and then you might be in London eating a biryani, say. Do you see my point? So the more that you don't stay on the same supplement, change the brand and change the strength and see how your body feels. But melatonin 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. The other thing is eating bananas are high in sugar, but they've got potassium in them, and they've got other stuff that can help you sleep. The same as if you've got a blood sugar issue or somewhere where you just, you drop off to sleep and you wake up about 3 o'clock. This could be a blood sugar issue, so you can have some honey before you go to bed. So that can help you to sleep as well. But normally, if you're waking up at 3 a.m, it's a liver issue, and you've probably got some wormies or parasites waking up to eat on your internal organs in the middle of the night. Lovely, eh? So there's always a reason why your sleep is disturbed. Like where I live, it's quite noisy, and I'm a very light sleeper. So some nights I don't get the full sleep. But what I do is, in the daytime, I always have a 30-minute kip if I can, and that always seems to make up for what I've lost. Does that make sense? Which is not all the time, it's very rarely. And I live in a block, so it can be quite noisy sometimes. So hot baths, melatonin, honey or bananas before you sleep, before you go to bed, or even a big steak. If you're a protein type like me, if I have a steak 2 hours before I go to bed, I'm guaranteed I'm going to sleep well. And the other thing, if you've exercised and you've done some walking, you'll feel really, really sleepy when it comes to sleep time, because you've exercised, you've burned some calories, and you've tired yourself out, so you'll probably sleep much better as well. I know a lot of people will suffer with nightmares and stuff like that at night, which affects their sleep, and this could be one reason of being on, your what do they call it? It's gone out of my head. Your Xbox or your PlayStation, playing war games and all that type of stuff. I had a client of mine, and she used to go to the opera at the Royal Albert Hall, and every time she'd go, she wouldn't sleep that well that night, because the sound in the opera house was in her body jacking her up. So you've got to be aware of that as well. Remember, the music you listen to, the media you watch, all this will affect your sleep and awake cycle. So if you get into the habit of, say going to bed, getting ready for bed at 10:30, getting in bed for 11, and do some humming, that's been proven to help with sleeping because it relaxes you. Or do some box breathing, which the Navy SEALs and the British Marines use. And box breathing is breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, breathe in for 4. And what box breathing does, it puts the body parasympathetic, so the body goes into a relaxation state. And imagine if you was in a war like Iraq or Israel or something like that, where you've got drones going over, rockets firing everywhere. You've got to get your sleep, otherwise you're not going to be able to fire your gun, fire your rocket, or set up the drone, or whatever you need to do. So sleep is really, really important. So when it comes to recovery, if you're not getting enough sleep, this can be detrimental to strength gains, muscle gain, fat loss, weight gain, and your brain, how your brain works. So if you're not getting that full sleep, I find as well myself, if I don't get my full sleep, my brain doesn't feel 100% good. I'm a little bit more forgetful, or a bit ratty, or I just don't feel myself, and I think everybody feels that way. So the more that you get to bed on time by 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest, sleep all the way through, you'll feel $1 million in the morning. And I know that dippy guy, what's his name? I can't remember his name. That's working out every day. He's a vegan with very low IQ, but he's a multi-millionaire. Was spending thousands on supplements. He was doing 100, now he's doing 50. But if he wasn't a vegan, he wouldn't need the supplements. And training every day, in my opinion, is really detrimental. Dorian Yates says the same thing. Mike Mensa said the same thing. Paul CHEK, who I study with, says the same thing. Charles Parlequin, who I study with as well, or studied some of his books, says the same thing. No more than 4 days exercise. Remember, you've got cortisol in the system, and it's ramped up in the morning and it drops off in the evening. So these 24-hour cowboy gyms, in my opinion, are making people unhealthy because they think it's a good idea to go and train 10 p.m. at night. But normally it's gay guys training at 10 p.m. at night because they're sitting in the showers, or standing in the showers, or trying to get a date 10 p.m. at night in the gym. People know logically, I think if you're logical, training late at night is a bad idea, especially when you look at nature. There's only bats, foxes, and certain animals that are night animals. The rest of them are sleeping. And if you look at your dog, if he wakes up in the middle of the night, he's sleeping in the day. So I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please comment and tell me what you think, and keep your guns fired up. Right, I'm off to bed now, having my bath. Oh, one other thing you can use is a Theragun before you go to bed. Massage all your bits and pieces. Do not do it on your stomach because it feels like you've done 1,000 crunches in 1 second the next day. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.